The 2030 NBA Finals are underway, and we are through one game and now trail the Cleveland Cavaliers entering Game 2 in Mexico City, essentially because I made a massive game plan mistake putting John Cobb on Donovan Mitchell. Now, to be fair, the only way that I can really defend myself here is that Mitchell has only averaged like 16 points per game this season. He's been like the fourth option in the starting five for the Cavaliers, so I felt like it wasn't going to be that big of a move to make. He has dropped in production year after year since 2027 and 2028, and he's playing worse in the playoffs than he did in the regular season. But obviously, we lost game one because we didn't play defense, and that was a big part of it, was not defending Mitchell very well at all. So I have put Herb Jones back on that matchup going into game two, and the Cavaliers have also moved Mitchell off of John Cobb. Instead, they'll have Herb Hood guard him instead in this next matchup. But through one game, we saw Kylan Moore and Mitchell battle it out. Both guys had fantastic games, and it was a very back and forth affair until the very end where the Cavaliers pulled away. We also had a couple of strange backcourt violations from David Dennis in the fourth quarter, which of course took away 2 possessions for us and gave 2 extra possessions to the Cavaliers, and that also helped them out to pull out the win. But now we're going to hope to retain home court advantage and win this game right here to tie the series up at 1 game apiece. So we head right into game 2 once again in Mexico City as the game is officially underway, and the Aztecs will look to tie the series up heading into Cleveland for games 3 and 4. We go right to Kylan Moore, who scored the first bucket of game 1, but his first shot is up and out. I did try and find the NBA Finals logo patch for the back of the uniforms, but I literally went through every logo that I could possibly see on 2K Share, and it wasn't there. So here we are without a logo patch on the jersey, but the Cavaliers will have it, so that's at least some consolation there. Cavaliers have it, though, in a scoreless game to start things off. Shot clock under 5. Garland given space to fire, and his first shot is up and good. And don't forget that after a very, slow and kind of sloppy first half from him, he had a big second half on the offensive end. That also was a big reason why the Cavaliers came out on top. Cobb looks to drive it and draws the foul. It'll go against Herb Hood. So scrap the block away from Mobley. Run in for Cobb, up and good. He also had a slow first half. Never really found his shot until later in the game, and I thought played well in that second half, but not well enough for us to come out on top. The offense only scored 25 fourth quarter points back in game 1. On the low block, Mobley draws the foul on Kylan Moore. So an early one against him. Mobley definitely has the ability to kind of step up and pour in some offensive points. But in game 1, he was just kind of playing his usual game, not really doing a lot on offense. Had a couple of nice plays, sure, but never really took over at one point, but had a couple of blocks in that game. Played very well, especially in the second half against Kylan Moore, who had a great first half. Speaking of Kylan Moore, here he is over Mobley with a tough finish. Out of the corner, it's Mitchell. Step back jumper offline. We'll see that matchup against Herb Jones throughout this game, and hopefully the rest of the series as Jarris Walker blows by Jarrett Allen in transition and throws it down. He had a fantastic game 1. I think he nearly shot the ball perfectly. I think he went like 9 for 10 or something. It was up to like a 9 for 9 in starts. So we could really use him and hopefully get a similar level of play from him in this game and beyond. And now Herb Jones cuts off the pass to Mobley. We have a fast break, and Moore has his 3rd and 4th points. Now Mobley looks to attack, hands it off to Allen. Jarris Walker can't get there in time. Allen scores. Quiet game 1 for Allen. Had a couple of offensive rebounds, but never really stood out to me in that game at all. Jarris Walker was definitely outplaying him, I think, in that game. Here's Moore getting physical. Really tough shot, tough angle, and it's no good. ISO against David Dennis. That's good defense, just better offense from Garland. Lobbing it up, and Dennis goes up and gets it. And now Dennis cuts off the pass, tries to save it, and he gets it to Kylan Moore. What a play. Already 2 steals for this Aztecs defense, and we got to force more turnovers this game to give us a better shot to win. And David Dennis, I hope, can play a lot better. I mean, he did shoot 5 for 12, which is not bad at all. Just want to see him play a bit smarter and hopefully knock down more of those open looks. It's been a very similar start as to game 1, but Mitchell has not really been involved all too much. It's been kind of a team effort here for Cleveland so far. But speaking of, here he is with the 3, but it's a little bit offline again. Now he's 0 for 2. Herb Jones penetrates, spins, and left it short as he was below the rim. On the other end, Herb Hood. Back out to Mitchell. His step back 3 will go in this time, and we're tied at 12. Another play here for Kylan Moore, just a flat-footed shot, and it's offline. I got a couple of mismatches here. Cobb on Garland. Luckily, they can't take advantage. Dennis penetrates and got Mitchell up in the air to draw the foul. I like seeing Dennis be aggressive and attack the paint because personally, I think that's where Dennis is really at his best, is attacking smaller players. He's a great athlete, has good physicality, and when he puts pressure on the rim, things open up for the rest of this offense. The free throws are both good. Garland steps into a 3, but that one is off the mark. Herb Jones comes down with the miss. Off-ball screen setting up Cobb for a triple, and it's online, his first of the day. Timeout Cavs. Off the screen, Garland steps back, feeds it to Mitchell. He is completely stonewalled by Herb Jones. What a block. Cobb with it, looks to attack the rim and throws it down as he blows by Hood. Really got to get Cobb going early on because if we can, the Cavaliers are going to fall behind early, I think. Once Cobb gets off to a hot start, teams don't often stick around. That 3 is off, and Mitchell is now 1 for 5 on the field to start the game. A very different story compared to game 1. Cobb, open 3. That one's off. Mitchell, a tough shot, in and out. Another good defensive play by Jones. Looking to ISO again. Cobb drives, scores, and draws the foul. Allen got there late, and it's called for his first as the Aztecs surge to a 9-point lead. Mitchell takes a seat for Cleveland, and in comes the spark plug off their bench, Maurice Mullen. The free throw for Cobb is up and good, and he is off to an electric start. Out to Hood. His three-pointer is off the mark. Comes off the front rim. On the other end, Moore attacks the basket, gets his own miss back, and the offense resets. Cobb has a mismatch against Jared Allen, but he stays with him and blocks the shot out of bounds. Cobb gets a rest. Christie checks in and knocks down his first shot. I thought somebody in our comments was saying how Christie needs to be more aggressive and just be a bit better coming off our bench and play hopefully a similar role as to Mullen. Speaking of Mullen, there he is with the foul drawn against Christie. Again, he's a fantastic free throw shooter, does not often miss at the line. And he starts his day 2 for 2. Dennis drives but can't finish this time. But I want to see more plays like that. I don't think Garland has the inside defense to thwart that many layup attempts like that. So I want to see more of those drives from David Dennis, because that will work out in our favor more times than not. The three from Mullen drops in. The Cavaliers close our lead to 7. Capella now in the game for Cleveland. Dennis, the open look, knocks it down a few feet inside the arc. And he's played well so far. Capella hands it off. Another open three for Mullen, which he makes no mistake on. You gotta guard this guy. He is too dangerous from all 3 levels on offense. Here's Christie in the corner. His 3 is in, and the response. 5 early points for him, just what we were asking for. Screens coming up for Mullen again. Baseline drive, hands it off, and Capella's wide open for a dunk. Screen comes up. Christie over the top of the Cavs defense, right to Mark Williams. Good pass by Capella. A better one by Garland, but Grant Williams has not shot the ball well from downtown here in the series so far. I think he's 0 for 4 from behind the arc. Now a little pick and roll, and nobody is home for Cleveland. Couple off-ball plays setting up for Mullen. That is a contested 3. Great outside defense that time by Christie. Now Moore finds Williams inside. Absolutely 0 paint defense right now for the Cavaliers, with Mobley and Allen both off the courts. Mullen trying to find some room here, but Young doing a good job sticking with them. Shot clock under 5. The trigger is pulled, and Mullen continues to pour it in. 11 points already. Now another pass. Capella just has no idea what's going on. We have 37 points here in the opening quarter. Mitchell back on the court for Cleveland, but so is Herb Jones for us. A step back 3 is off the back iron and out, and we can take the final shot here. Christie, a deep one, nearly goes, but it rattles out, and we lead 37-25. A good early cushion. Now we got to add to it. We go to the second quarter as the Aztecs have control of the game, but Mitchell gets back on the board to open things up. He draws the foul against Herb Jones, and the free throw caps off his three-point play. Cobb with it. Back out. Christie thought twice about the 3. Does not this time, but it's offline. Mitchell, another triple on the way, but has yet to find his rhythm from downtown. Kylan Moore's calling for it. He's got a mismatch inside, draws a double, and gets it back to Cobb. He's going to look to attack Mullen, but has to pass out. Shot clock winding down. Jones can't lay it in. It just rolls off the rim. On the other end, Simpson feeds Mullen. He's going to fire and draw the foul. That's the first against Cobb. See right here that Mark Williams and Jarris Walker both lead the playoffs in field goal percentage, only over Zion, but both guys have only taken smart shots so far and have just been very good at attacking the rim, simply put. On pick and rolls, especially for Mark Williams. The front end's no good for Mullen. He goes 1 for 2. Looking for our first points here in the quarter. Cobb has it. Sets up Kylan Moore on the low block. Help comes. Herb Jones, the 3 won't go. Screen KJ Simpson, the pull-up. That one rattles out. Up ahead to Cobb. He's wide open for a three and cashes in from deep. Mullen steps into a shot and answers with one of his own. Isolation, it looks like, for Cobb, but he steps out of bounds. Cavs ball. And that pass gets through to Mitchell. And he's had a way better quarter here than back in the first. They have closed the lead from 12 to 6. Offense still hasn't really found its rhythm here since the break. But Cobb will go ahead and draw the foul here. More free throws on the way. He's already got 13 first half points. That free throw gives him 14. And he hits both. Screen comes up for Mitchell. He dumps it inside to Allen, but he's rejected from behind by Mark Williams. Dennis with a little crossover, and the shot is up and good. I'm loving him so far in this game, too. And our lead is back up to 10. Good caught by Simpson, but better defense by Colin Moore to stick a hand in there and jar it loose. Cobb finds him on the other end. Bucket and foul! The off-balance shot goes in off the window. And the free throw gives us a 13-point lead again. Mullen attacks the rim and scores off the glass. He's been amazing so far. We go all the way up ahead. The ball's tipped up. Moore tracks it down. Can't lay it in for two, though, and Mullen ends up with the rebound. Out of three different bigs that down there, it's three on the other side. It won't go. Herb Hood guarding Cobb. Can't slow him down. 17 points for Cobb and counting. Mitchell steps back. That's contested and off the mark. Now we've got numbers up ahead if we go fast, but we don't. Cobb will still attack the basket, though, and he draws the blocking foul and throws it down again. Cobb absolutely feeling it right now. A poster that time of Jarrett Allen. And another free throw for him is up and good. Garland, catch and shoots. Can't get it to go, and the Cavaliers' offense has gone cold the last couple of trips. Dumped inside. Christie hands it off. Williams over the undersized Garland. Extends our lead to 18 points. Good pass. Baseline layup left short by Mitchell. They just can't get anything to drop, but everything's going in for the Aztecs. And we lead by 21 points out of nowhere. Herb Hood trying to get on the board, knocks down the trifecta and stops the bleeding for a bit. But the Cavaliers got to play some defense here. There's still about half the quarter left, and we are a bucket shy of 60 points. Here's Cobb with it, blowing by Hood, rising up and absorbing the contact and scoring once again. Garland looking to penetrate. Hands it off to Allen. Shot clock winding down. Garland's going to have to force it. It's a good shot contest, too, by Dennis. Up ahead. We turn the ball over. Good caught off there by Garland. Now he'll take the screen. Try his luck from long range, but jump shots is not dropping in right now for the star talent here with the Cavaliers. Christie fires a three, but it's off this time. Hood can't get back-to-back shots to drop. Screen comes over. Dennis blows by Garland and is hacked on his way inside the paints. That's number 4 against the Cavs. 1 away from putting us in the bonus. Dennis, 5 for 6 from the field. He has been absolutely fantastic. First free throw is up and good. And now he's got 15 points. Garland lost it. Dennis picks his pockets. We look to push the tempo, and Dennis can't hit it this time around, but I like the idea there. Good pass over the top, and Allen finally scores off a pick and roll. Backing down Mobley, and he got him up in the air to draw the foul. And now we are in the bonus for the rest of the first half. Free throw for Kylan Moore up and good. Had a double-double at halftime of game 1. That will not be the case here unless he gets 7 more rebounds and about half as much time. Only 3 boards right now for him, but he does have 10 points. I think he's played fairly well. We've just seen Cobb and Dennis step up in his place pretty much. The 3 for Mullen will go, but it's not going to count as Mobley is called for a bad screen. Moore drives it. It's completely denied by Evan Mobley. Gonna make up for his errant play on the other end, but Jared Allen gets blocked on the other side by Williams. That's his second block. Now a mismatch. Down low. Double team comes over. Moore hops around it. Can't finish, but gets it back, and it's kept alive. Mid-range jumper will go, and he makes up for the miss. Off the screen, and Mullen fires, but it's no good, and the Cavaliers have allowed, I want to say, a 25-5 run or 25-4 run, somewhere in that ballpark. It has been a really tough last, 5-minute stretch for these guys. We do turn the ball over here, though, as Mobley cuts off the pass. They will score in transition. Mullins with 19 points and a shot about 67% from the field, but nobody else has really stepped up all too much for them. Open 3, Cobb offline. Up ahead to Garland. He'll lob it up, and Allen soars and throws it down. Gotta not let Cleveland back in this game by halftime. We keep getting open looks, and that is how you stay in front. Dennis and Cobb playing lights out right now. No complaints. A 68-point first half is great in my book. Allen comes up for the screen. Garland has an open look and cashes in. Could go 2 for 1 here. Cobb will score over Hood with the left hand. 8 for 11 from the fields. Now, typically, we have seen guys, after a strong first half, not do as much in the second. So, that's what happened with Kylan Moore back in game 1. We'll see if it's the case here for Cobb, as Hood shrugs him off for the deuce. We can say for the final shot. We've got 34 rebounds. They only have 20. Been a big difference so far, but also because they have just missed a lot more shots than we have. We have been way, way better shooting-wise. Cobb hesitates and misses, but we still hold a 20-point lead at halftime. 70-50. Pure dominance so far by Mexico City. We go to halftime, and the offense has been impressive. Our defense has actually played very well. They've had some good looks. We have played a way better defense. They've had less open looks compared to last game. It's been a really big difference. And we are on our way to hopefully tying this series up. All right, the second half is underway. We'll stay in for a little bit, but if the Cavaliers cannot manage to claw their way back in, I will just kind of put together some highlights and we can move on to game 3 with a chance for each team, most likely, to take the series lead. But here we go. Offense has it for the first time. Jones feeds Moore, and Mobley never turned around. Mitchell Wide open, takes his time and knocks it down. Blows by Hood again, gets inside for another pair of points. Nobody can stop this guy down right now. 9 for 13, 26 points, a plus 19 plus minus so far tonight. Man, he has really stepped up after kind of a forgetful game one performance. That pass goes through Mitchell's hands. Up ahead to Darius Walker for the fast break jam. Isolation for Herb Hood now, and he is hacked on the drive. First free throw for Hood. Up and good. He also averaged around like 16, 17 points per game in the regular season and the playoffs so far. Very similar numbers to Mitchell, at least in the postseason. But he has been kind of quiet so far. Not a whole lot of shots going up for him. And that pass just gets by Mobley. Not able to react fast enough. And Kylan Moore's got 17 points now. Good cut. And Mobley has the alley-oop swatted away. And then kind of a bailout foul call, in my opinion. That was a good block by Kylan Moore. He's been really solid on defense here so far. Mobley has really not done a whole lot at all on the offensive side. The free throws for Mitchell are up and good, though. It's still a 21-point game, though. I'll give it till the 7-ish minute mark, and then we'll probably just get the highlights if the Cavaliers have not made a bit of a run. Cobb leaves it for Herb Jones. His three comes off the rim. Mobley pulls down the miss. Allen kicks it out. Mitchell finds Hood. Gets it back. The shot clock is waning here. They got to find a look. Deep three. Mitchell front rims it. More isolation for Cobb. Blowing by Hood again. This guy is having a really tough time keeping Cobb contained. And by tough time, I mean he has failed on really all accounts. He's been called for a couple of fouls. He's allowed help defenders to get called for fouls, and Cobb right now is putting on an offensive clinic. Garland with time expiring. Will have to throw it up over Dennis, and he got it to go. Here's Cobb wide open for the catch and shoot triple. I mean, is he going to miss at all the rest of this game? I'm not so sure. Hood with the crossover and the drive with the bucket as well. That's the third against Cobb here. The Cavaliers need more plays like that to get back in this one. Kylan Moore trying his luck from downtown. That one comes off the rim. We've got 44 points inside the paint and 48 off assists. We have passed the ball extremely well and played some great defense on Evan Mobley. That shot is no good. I read my numbers earlier were wrong. I thought it was 34-20. It's 28-17 right now, so that was obviously not accurate. Darius Walker has yet to miss. And I think it's time we just put together some highlights because the Cavaliers have come out flats. There's no life on either end. Allen with positioning scores on Walker. Cobb drives it and scores again, rocking the rim. Absolutely insane performance. Baseline drive, and Hood will score again. Starting to heat up a little bit. Moore against the undersized Hood. There's no help coming for him. Moore gets it back. And now Walker kicks it out. Offense resets. Jones has a lane, and nobody's there to stop him. Moore drives it around Hood, and he draws the foul with the basket. That's going to be his third. The free throw is up and good. Make it 52 points in the paint for the Aztecs, only 26 for Cleveland. Garland's pull-up will go on the other end, though. Little pick and roll, and we turn the ball over. Fast break for the Cavaliers. Allen with the jam. Catch and shoot three. In there for Herb Jones. Hey, can we miss a shot? I'm not sure. This is absolutely insane. Moore gets the feed and scores with the shot high off the window. We are about to lead by 30 points in the third quarter. Was not expecting this at all. Yoni Young through the contact. No good, but we get it back. I mean, we have rarely missed this quarter, and we are getting offensive rebounds on most of them anyways. The three is good from Christie. It's 101-70. It is an absolute bloodbath. Garland's three rattles home. Good pass. Mark Williams, the pick and roll dunk. Screens for Garland. Has to make something happen. That shot is blocked by Kylan Moore. I might just sim through the fourth quarter. I think we have enough highlights, honestly, in the game. We're up by 30. I feel comfortable just getting us right to game 3 after this one. Blows by Garland and draws the foul on Mullen. Cobb with 34. Front end up and good. And this might be our final point of the third quarter and that we're going to watch in this game. Mullen blocked at the rim by Kylan Moore. I was going to cut it down to only highlights, but most of the plays have been Aztecs highlights, so I guess it was nearly a full quarter anyways. Last shot here in the quarter. Cobb has it blocked by Jakob Poeltl, but it is a 30-point deficit for Cleveland. And we are going to tie this series up. What a game. We just tied a NBA record. We just cracked the top 5 for largest margin of victory in an NBA playoff game. I'm not sure what it is for the finals, but top 5 for a playoff game is nothing to scoff at. I mean, this was about as great of a game as you could ask for from this team. A big statement win after a disappointing end to game 1. I just checked, and that actually is an actual record for us. Of course, we do crack the top 5, of course, for a playoff game, but for the NBA Finals, this is now number 1 in the largest margin of victory in an NBA Finals game in NBA history. The record was 42 back in '98 between the Bulls and the Utah Jazz, but now it's 47 because of us. We ride a 48-point performance from John Cobb. 14 for 21 from the field, 16 out of 16 at the line, and we win in dominant fashion. 35 for Dennis. He was amazing as well. 11 for 15, 4 for 5 from downtown. Also never missed. We actually did not miss a single free throw in this game. 32 for 32. And the blueprint may have been quieter than back in game 1, but he was still absolutely fantastic. 28 points, 17 rebounds, and 4 steals and 4 blocks. Mark Williams played great off the bench. Cam Christie with 8, 6, and 6 hit a couple shots in the first half to increase our lead. I've got no notes. I've got 0 notes for us. Cavaliers get 29 for Mullen off their bench, but their stars were very quiet. Garland goes 7 for 15. Mitchell goes 5 for 24. 3 for 17 from downtown. And he had a lot of good looks, I thought, from downtown. Just could not knock him down. Hood goes 5 for 12, had a couple nice drives on Cobb and a couple of three-point plays. But the Cavaliers are going to have to go back to the drawing board after this one. I'm probably going to put Mitchell back on Cobb because I feel like if you're the Cavaliers, you would probably put Mitchell back on Cobb like he was in game 1. Even though Cobb had about as many open looks as he did between these two games, even when Mitchell was guarding him, he just was not knocking down those shots in the first game, but he was driving a lot more on Hood, and Hood and Mitchell both had a very similar outside defense rating, so I think it makes sense for the Cavaliers to go back to that and see if that will turn things around. But we're going to keep Herb Jones on Mitchell like we should have back in game 1. We just shot 57% and 48% from downtown. We only took 25 threes. I feel like it was a lot more, but it was mostly Cobb taking those. The Cavaliers took 47 threes, but only shot at 32%. We killed these guys in the paint by 36 points. We had 9 second chance points. They had none. And we passed the ball better, rebounded with a plus 23 margin. I mean, simply put, that is about as perfect as a game as you can get from a team, especially here in the finals where both teams are game planning with every player and every play there is in the game. There is a lot going on, and we allowed no more than 25 points per quarter here in this one. The defense was great, but the Cavaliers also just were cold across the board. They had good looks, I thought, not as many as game 1, but they had good looks, just never gave themselves a real chance to come out in this game. And we take it, we tie the series up, and we regain home court advantage. But as I mentioned, I will be putting Mitchell back on Cobb because I do think that does make sense. Otherwise, I think there's not a whole lot else to adjust for either team on defense, at least, which is where you can make your big adjustments. So we'll put Mitchell back on Cobb for game 3 and probably just going forward. But now the series heads to Cleveland for a crucial game 3. If the Cavaliers cannot slow down this offense and cannot regain some momentum here, then things might get ugly quick in the NBA Finals. So after allowing an historic performance from the Aztecs in Game 2, the Cavaliers look to right the ship and turn things around and look to retake the lead for the second time here in the NBA Finals. Here we go, the first road game for the Aztecs coming up next. It is a B-plus home court advantage for Cleveland here in Ohio as we win the opening tip here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Can Donovan Mitchell get back on track after a really down game 2? Cobb blocked by Mobley on the first play. Kylan Moore tracks it down and throws it up and in for the deuce. In the playoffs, he has averaged nearly 30 points, has shot the ball over 50% from the field, and leads the playoffs, of course, in rebounds per game at over 13 per. Cavaliers have it for the first time. Garland beats Mobley inside. He gets denied by Kylan Moore. Play setting up for an open 3. It's Cobb offline on his first shot. He obviously had a monster Game 2 performance, put up 48 and led us to a 48-point victory, I think it was. In the low post, Kylan Moore getting physical, gets his own miss back and throws it up and in. Mobley has had a really tough time defending him inside for the most part. I thought, he had a solid Game 2 performance, kind of took a back seat to Cobb and Dennis, of course. but still played very well. But Mobley gets his first points here on the jam. Backing down Mobley, spinning around him, but the layup won't drop in. Mitchell pulls down the rebounds. I think one way for the Cavaliers to turn things around is to rebound the ball better. You know, they've given up a lot of offensive rebounds to us in the first 2 games as Donovan Mitchell drills a triple. And if he gets going, then it could be a much tighter game. Screen comes up. Cobb floats it right to Kylan Moore over Mobley's fingertips. He's got 4. Mobley with the fadeaway. That's not really his game. Only shot 42% from the field in the regular season. I think shots like that might be why. His jumper is not all too reliable. Cobb with his first jumper. It drops in. He's now 1 for 2 from downtown. And this Cavs team is one where in the matchups before the playoffs, he averaged over 36 points per game. So this is a defense that has struggled to contain Cobb throughout the season, including last game, of course, and hopefully this one too. Out to Mobley. His 3 is off the mark. As I said, his jumper is just not going to be automatic play as Jarris Walker scores his first points. Now we know how good he's been. Good crossover. Now they lob it up, but Allen can't lay it in with the left hands. That one's got to go next time. And Walker goes up and gets the alley-oop from the blueprints. And it's a 9-0 run by the Aztecs. Catch and shoot 3, and Garland can't get it to go. On the other end, we've got numbers. Kylan Moore just up ahead. Mobley getting back on defense a little bit too late. Moore already has 8 points, and the Cavs will talk things over. Isolation. Garland blows by Dennis and is able to draw the foul against him. That's going to be his second of the game already, so Dennis might come off the floor here. Or not. He'll stay in. The free throws for Garland will finally end this Aztecs run. Good off-ball screen by Kylan Moore. Cobb's 3 drops in again from the same exact spot. Garland tries again from long range, and this time gets it to drop. Quick shot. Kylan Moore missed it, but follows it up by himself. The effort that he puts in to follow his own shot and follow his teammates' misses too is unparalleled. He is so active on the glass every single night. That push shot goes for Garland. He's got 7 early points. That's half of Cleveland's. Kylan Moore's calling forward inside. Double team comes, leaving Herb Jones wide open. But that trey ball is offline. Mobley looks to attack the rim and throws it up and in. Not much resistance from Kylan Moore that time. Yon Young, Mark Williams, and Cam Christie all on the court for the Aztecs here for the first time in Game 3. Dennis off the screen, can't knock it down. The Cavs have a chance here to close the gap back to 1 score, but they can't as Mullen misses his first shot of the night. Off the screen, Dennis finds Moore back door for the lay-in. Shot clock under 10 now for the Cavaliers. Now under 5. Herb Hood has a tough matchup here. He's going to have to shoot this one. And it rattles out. He looked to push. Moore skies for it and throws it down. A lot of offense for the Aztecs, picking up right where things left off in Game 2. He put up like 144 points or somewhere in that ballpark in that game. The Cavaliers gotta clean their defense up if they want a chance to take this one away from us. Garland's 3 is online. He's off to a hot start. Christie feeds Mark Williams back out to the open shooter and Dylan Young. But that one's not going to go. Off-ball screen set. Mitchell's open for a triple. That one's off. Two-man game with Dennis and Moore. Dennis will keep it, and he's hacked on his way inside. That's the first against Garland. David Dennis, as we all know, is a fantastic free throw shooter. It's been a while since I've seen him miss a free throw. He's like a 94, 95%-ish shooter, so misses are rare for him. Jared Allen has his pocket picked. Mark Williams jars it loose. Moore has a mismatch, attacks it, and scores. Garland, another open look. That time it's off. Over the top, and Kylan Moore is absolutely feasting early on. I think he's like 2 buckets away from 20 here in the opening quarter. Keep this guy out there. He is absolutely destroying them. Garland picks up number 3 on Dennis already. Thought that would have been a charge, but the referee disagrees. And Dennis surely comes out now. And that is going to be the case. Christie now slots in at the 1 to run the offense. Free throw is good for Garland. He is keeping the Cavaliers in this game by himself. Off the screen from Williams. The 3 on the way, won't go for Cobb. Downhill, and Capella rolls inside, gets the feed, and throws it down. Downhill with Cobb. He blows by Hood and scores. Now it's Garland. Good kick out. Mullins' 3 is off the mark. And he has yet to find his rhythm and yet to get on the board here in the opening quarter of play. Jarris Walker backing down Grant Williams through contact and able to draw the foul. That's going to be his first, Cleveland's second. Hurdle about to check in for the Cavaliers as Walker misses the front end. The back end, though, is up and through. Garland yet to sit, has his shot denied. Great help defense by Mark Williams. If Garland stays out there, he's going to get tired quick. He's played the entire first quarter. We'll save for the final shot as Cobb scores and draws the foul against Maurice Mullen. Cobb, when he gets downhill, has such great physicality, able to absorb contact and finish through it oftentimes. The free throw is up and good. 4.2 on the clock for the Cavaliers. Mullen from just beyond half court almost got it to go, but it's a 13-point lead through 1 for the Aztecs. Not what the home crowd was hoping for. Second quarter underway here. AJ Simpson, Mullen, Herb Hood, Williams, and Capella out there as that is an ill-advised shot from Hood. Don't forget that last game we held the Cavaliers to 25 points or less in each quarter of play. They only have 23 in the first quarter. We'll see if that holds true the rest of the way here, but I've liked our defense so far. I've liked the offense even more. Kylan Moore attacking the mismatch. Surprised he missed it. Another fadeaway. Hood yet to get himself going. Inside, Moore draws a double again. Christie flares out for an open 3 and cashes in. All the way to the 10 with the basket and foul. Going to go against Herb Jones. It's the first points right there for Mullen. And the free throw is off the mark. No three-point play this time. Christie gets the feed, has it blocked by Mobley on the other end. And KJ Simpson ends up with the rebounds. Grant Williams going up against Mark Williams, puts it back in for the deuce. Good pass, another cut by Christie, leads to a bucket this time around. We already have 12 assists and still 10 minutes left to go in the first half. We have passed the ball incredibly well. Simpson gets himself going with that trifecta. You need somebody else besides Darius Garland to step up here, and if the bench players can do that, then I guess the Cavs will welcome it. Here's Cobb off the screen. A foot inside the arc, it'll go. Screen comes over. Mullen back to him, and the three is in there for the first time this series from Grant Williams. They have been waiting for that for more than 2 games now. The pass, and Williams throws it down. I mean, right now, if we get the ball inside the paint, we are scoring like 90% of the time. They have no response. Good pass. Another open shot for Grant Williams, but it's offline this time. Up ahead to Mark Williams. He finds Dennis cutting inside. That's just great transition basketball. Now the pass is cut off, and Williams picks up a steal. One more fast break. I guess the Cavs will slow it down a little bit. Good recovery on defense. But now a mismatch inside. Mark Williams with a good kick out. Extra pass to Herb Jones. He's still scoreless. Spida Mitchell back in the game, but not able to cash in from long range. And now we turn the ball over. Grant Williams gets one back on Mark Williams. A little fake out. Mullen attacking the basket, unable to finish. Shot clock counting down into a 3. Christie no good, but Williams is right there for the rebound. The Cavaliers just got to box out a bit better. They have been awful at grabbing these defensive boards. Pass cut off. Moore swats it away. Dennis tracks it down. Christie penetrates, but throws it up a little bit too strong. 0 points in the last 3 minutes until that shot right there for Garland. Couple of dribble moves here. Moore takes Mobley off the dribble and draws the first foul on him. First free throws of the day for Kylan Moore, the first of which is up and in. Yon Young, Jarris Walker back out there for the Aztecs. The free throws are both perfect. Here's Garland with the miss. That was a good look, though. And we give it right back. As Capella just kind of walks into a steal. Garland cuts and scores. Screen comes up. Walker pulls the trigger from downtown. This guy just never misses, man. Every shot he takes, you can book it. Mullen crosses over. Good kickouts. But we get back on defense pretty well. Shot clock waning here. Mitchell, the 3. That one's in there. Fading away now. That one drops in for Kylan Moore. I mean, he's just such a special player, and he's not even at his peak yet. Imagine what he can do if he gets to like a 95 overall or somewhere in John Cobb's ballpark. That would be something truly unstoppable. The 3 for Garland drops in again. He's got 20 first half points. Eyeball screen. Christie finds Kylan Moore rolling inside. Takeover officially activated. He's got 24 points on 73% shooting. Don't forget, he had 36 back in the first half of Game 1. a very similar story here in this game, but the Cavaliers are very slowly chipping away at this 13-point lead as Young throws it down with the left hand. Jarris Walker with the alley-oop assist. Downhill, behind the back, and Mitchell misses the jam. We've got numbers. Fast break, and Dennis will respond and show him how it's done. Into a mid-range jumper. Garland is having a great game so far. Open three. Christie off the back iron. That was a good shot, though. Still a 13-point lead for the Aztecs. Garland slips behind Christie to make it 11. Under 2 to go here at the half. Let's just not let the Cavaliers make a run here to close it in the quarter strong. Finds Moore. Kicks back out. Now he comes over and sets the pick. Rolls inside. Gets the feed. And absolutely jams it over Mobley. 12 for 16. Mitchell to Hood. Tough shot, but it will go. But that was good defense by Cobb. He contested that one very well. And we turn the ball over again, stepping out of bounds. Cavs ball, down by 11. Cobb and Moore both averaging 29.7 points per game to lead all scorers here in the postseason. Driving, help comes, and Jarris Walker is able to block the shots. The Cavaliers have scored 30 points here in the quarter, but have only closed the gap by 2 points since the first. Cobb going to work over Mitchell, but a little bit offline. Here's Garland driving and scoring. Last shot here in the half. Cobb from way downtown. It's going to go and beat the buzzer. And our lead extends back to 12 to suck all the life out of Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. 67 to 55. This Cavs defense, man, they stink. Third quarter of Game 3 underway now as the Cavaliers trail by 12. And the leading scorers are Garland and Colin Moore, both with 26 points. But this offense for Mexico City has hit a completely different gear these last 2 games, this one included. We have averaged over 120 here in the playoffs, but last game plus this game, we are playing even better than that somehow. The Cavaliers need some stops. They got one right there. Now looking to build off of that. The 3 for Mitchell is offline. Good pass. Cobb spots up for a 3, and this time knocks it down. Screen comes over. Garland spots up again and picks up right where he left off in the first half. Downhill. Cobb, a couple of pump fakes. Has to do something with it. He will. It's tipped off the backboard, and the Cavaliers scoop it up. And now they lob it up to Mobley, and the lead is cut to 8. Eyeball screen. Kylan Moore can't get to it. Mobley knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with us. We do got to find a shot quick, though. Jarris Walker going to have to force it, and he still cannot miss. Man, I'm so glad I paid this guy that big of a contract because he has proved to be like the glue guy, the ultimate glue guy. The spin move, Garland over Dennis. That was a really good shot contest, and the shot is a little bit offline. Cobb has his shot blocked by Herb Hood. It's like their first good defensive play in quite some time. Mitchell with space, no good. And a good rebound there by Kylan Moore. Not many offensive rebounds for the Cavaliers this series as the shot will go for Cobb. and he draws the foul against Donovan Mitchell. A free throw caps off the three-point play. Good screen from Allen. He rolls inside and just blows by Walker. Out to Cobb. That jumper rattles out. Mitchell's three also comes off the rim. On the other end, Herb Jones looks to attack the paint, and he will have a couple of free throws. The front end's online. 4 minutes gone here in the quarter, and we have only increased our lead. Out to Hood. That's a tough three, and it's not going to go. Up ahead, Dennis to Moore. Blocked by the rim, it looked like. Fast break for Cleveland. Garland off the window will close it back to 11. Out of the corner. Cobb dumps it down low to Kylan Moore. And how did the Cavaliers keep losing this guy? Stepping back. And Mitchell can't get it to go. He hits the deck. The second chance three will go for Mobley. Another pick and roll. Kylan Moore throws it down. That shot's blocked. Herb Jones comes over and swats it away. 30 rebounds for us. 19 for Cleveland. David Dennis soars. Deep three, and Garland can't cash in. The Cavaliers have had some good opportunities. Hobbs open, bang. Same spot as last time. Too strong once again for Garland. There's Walker the rebounds. Moore the jumper. That one comes off. Hood blocked by Jones. Now he's got his takeover on. He is going to be locking down anybody that he's going to be on. But we do turn the ball over. Mobley will do it himself. And it's back to 14. How did that pass get through? The layup won't go for Herb Jones, but that was a tight window pass by Christie. Want to see more of those. That's a deep shot. Mitchell finally gets one to go here in the third quarter. Screen for Christie. His shot drops in. The Cavaliers, they will let us pull away a little bit further, then they close it back to 13, but it seems like once they get to around the 10 or 11th point margin, that's when things slow down once again for them. Herb Jones curls around, floats it up, it's knocked away by Hood. And Jared Allen tracks down the loose ball. Garland hands it off, open look, Hood's three. Won't drop in. Kylan Moore steps into one on the other side. That one is also out. Good take. Little stutter step move, and Williams still stays with them and blocks the shot. Defense has been really good so far. I can't complain. But so is the offense. Kylan Moore blows by Jared Allen for two. Garland drives it, kicks it out. That was a good pass. Mullen takes Young off the dribble, but can't finish, but will put it back in. Good pass. Mark Williams taking his time, and it will go. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. The Cavaliers have made no headway. The offense for them has just not been consistent. The defense has not improved at all. And until it does, it's going to be a long series. Garland's lay-in rattles out. On the other end, Herb Jones steps back. The three is offline. Allen looks to attack the mismatch, and Young is called for a flagrant. What? Seems like a bit of a bailout call there, and referee's trying to get Cleveland back in this game a little bit and turn momentum their way, it looks like. They'll get a couple free throws plus possession. Allen splits them, 1 for 2. Screen comes up. Mullen back to Allen, another dunk that does not go for the Cavaliers. Up ahead, Dylan Young's three will find its way to the bottom of the nets. And it's 94-77. KJ Simpson on the move. Wow, what a shot. Dylan Young. No good this time around. Probably sim a little bit ahead. Unless the Cavaliers can make a run here. Like right now. Jarris Walker's called for a blocking foul right here. Good pass. Right to Mobley for the reverse slam. It's now a 12-point game. Probably just hold the ball for the final shot here in the quarter. Cobb has space. That one's not going to go, though, and the quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers still trail by 12, just like back at halftime. 94-82, 12 to go. They have a lot of ground to make up. The fourth quarter is underway, and the Cavaliers have a lot of work to do, but it's still possible, obviously. A 12-point cushion is not a big cushion here in the modern NBA, so anything can happen, but we've been in full control the entire game, so I'm not really worried. But a Cobb free throw miss is a rare sight. The back end will go. Mullen into a three. That one is offline. Good pass. Jarris Walker throws it up, and it just dances off the rim. That'll be his second foul. More free throws for the Aztecs. 10 points for Walker, 6 assists. I mean, he just does it all. He gets rebounds. He gets blocks, steals. He passes well. And he's a very efficient shooter. The free throws are split, though. Right when I give the guys some props. Up ahead, Grant Williams with the quick basket. Cobb steps back. And it will go. And Donovan Mitchell off the back iron, no good. 15-point lead for the Aztecs here. If we can extend it here, I will probably just move ahead a little bit. And we do just that. Dylan Young will push our lead to 17. Now it's time to simcast and see where this game ends up. Free for Mullen real quick. That one's off. Nothing dropping right now for the Cavaliers. These last two games have been such a perfect response to how we lost and ended game one. That was a back and forth battle, but these last two games have been pure dominance by the Aztecs, and now the Cavaliers will have to really look to reset things because they do not want to go down 3-1 here in the finals. Only one team has come back from that before, and we already talked about those guys back in the first episode of this series. We take it, and we take the series lead for the first time here in the 2030 finals. Kylan Moore, your player of the game. We outscored Cleveland 34-19 there in the fourth quarter to quell any kind of a comeback or any thought of one. 34-10 for Garland despite the loss. 18 from Mobley, but Mitchell, just like in game two, only shoots 4 for 18. That is partly a testament to Herb Jones' defense and his ability to get around those off-ball screens. But Herb Hood and Mullen, I thought they had good looks, but they pretty much play the exact same game. 9 points, 5 boards for both, but they both also go only 4 for 14 from the field and 1 for 7 from downtown. And the Cavaliers take a lot of threes, so if they're not going to knock them down, it's going to be hard to come out on top. Kylan Moore continues his dominant playoff run. 38 points, 17 rebounds, 4 stocks in total. John Cobb was great as well. 33 points, 12 for 23 from the field. Dennis and Jarris Walker, double-doubles each. Jarris Walker, once again, perfect from the field. What has he done the last 3 games? Because I swear it's been like the perfect play out of any player I've seen maybe ever in terms of like the efficiency. 8 for 9 back in game 1, 3 for 4 in game 2, 4 for 4 in game 3. I mean, the perfect role player. And like I said, he can do everything. Mark Williams, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He goes 4 for 4. Herb Jones, 7 points, 7 assists. We just played a complete game. We shot even better than last game, and they shot even worse than last game. They took 53 threes, even more than game 2, and I think they shot even worse. Between now and game 4, next time around, I will look at a couple of ideas to kind of tweak the Cavs' rotation, because they have brought in a couple of bench players like deep on their bench for a few minutes, and I feel like that should not be the case. I mean, right now, if we go look at their game plan, I did move it to only 8 players getting minutes, but it seems like that has not really been the case. Obviously, I'll probably have to make a manual rotation timeline for them because they're not really following it to a T like we are. So I'll probably either download one online, or I'll just make one myself based on what I think is best for them, because I do want this to be a close series and I do want them to game plan for us. I don't usually do this for any games, including the playoffs, but it's the finals and it's our first time being here, so I feel like we gotta make the Cavaliers, get the best out of their team that they can. So I'll do what I can between now and then, but until I make those adjustments, the Cavaliers are going to have to look inward to figure things out. And it seems like their only chance to win is if Donovan Mitchell goes like 10 for 14 or more. So we'll see what happens between now and then. But we lead the series for the first time, 2-1 with 2 dominant wins, both at home and on the road. And I will see y'all next time. Thanks for watching as always. Please like the video, subscribe, and leave your feedback down below. I'll see y'all next time. Take care. Have a great day.